Well, hello, everyone. We are live. I'm going to give this... I've been messing around with the software out there, guys, so bear with me. I got this little remote going on my little iPhone. Streamlabs OBS is actually pretty sweet if I know how to use it. So, there's a little tiny... Ooh, look at that little preview screen of them to the side. All right. So how cool is that? So I'm going to go through some announcements, and then I'm going to give everything over to these guys because I didn't want to release any of their little information or fun stuff yet. So they don't have any names on them until we switch. I want to go through our announcements. As always, you can see everybody's lovely faces in these costumes, but their mic's a little low, so they can chat all they want. But let's go with, we had one new follower over the break, GG Crambo. I'm kind of digging it. Good game, Crambo. Good game, Crambo. So, it's very awesome. So, also we got to give a shout out to our sponsors, Arknight, who does the flat plastic minis and downloadable digital tokens and maps and all that kind of good stuff. We may even be able to, I'm going to try and maybe give away some stuff during the chat because we did hit 225 followers. So if it doesn't work out well, it's my fault. I'm trying to test out some stuff, the guy behind the scenes. So, but check them out, arknight.com. They got some cool stuff on there. Ambient Realms also. I am in the midst of getting some new sound files from them within the next week. So be looking out for those because we will be using them in, good segue, this week. Tomorrow we have a 5th edition Corollaire. We're calling it Chronicles of Crotty. Chris Crotty is going to go ahead and run some 5th edition D&D stuff for us on alternate Wednesdays. So every other Wednesday, you will see our funny faces again. Different group. Who knows what's going to happen, but we're going to go from there. Also, this Saturday, Tap into Tabletop. We're back at YOLO Brewing. Some cool things if you're local. Just come stop by. I think we're getting some discounts on some beer, and we're playing some board games and some RPGs and just having a good time. They even have kombucha out there, so it's pretty good stuff. Next week, we will not be broadcasting here as Generation Hero, but we will have our second segment of One Shot Action Theater. So we will have that one follow up next Tuesday as kind of a filler. So we'll be back next Tuesday. Next month, Off the Dice podcast drops July 13th, our first episode. We are in the testing phases and everything is going very well. So if you guys have any sort of silly off-the-mark questions, PG-13 preferably, not always, for some of our podcast guests, because we do have some really cool people lined up. The really big people, really important people in the gaming community. Some might be big, but you won't know. It's a podcast. So email those questions to us. hello@timetotabletop.com, please. Huge. Let's not start that. It's been a long enough week with that. So let's go ahead and get it over to these guys because now that our announcements are over, I'm going to try and get it over to all of them. And enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Generation Hero, the epic superhero saga that takes you through the entirety of comic book history, one issue at a time. This is the first episode of a totally new arc entitled, the arc is entitled New Waves. It is the decade of the 1980s. The time period when they realized, Biff Man Pow comics, they aren't just for kids anymore. Not that our show has ever been for kids. But things are going to be getting a little darker, a little more adult, a little weirder as we go into the 80s. In our first issue, which is entitled Welcome to 1984. Before we get going with the game, let's go around and meet our heroes. You have some returning faces, a few heroes, I think 2 of them who have actually been on the show before in some capacity. So I want to know from you guys, my players here, what is your name? What's your hero's name? Their general vibe? Maybe what their previous experience on Generation Hero has been, good or bad. And what are they doing in the town of Palm City, which is this Florida port town awash in cocaine, crime, and corruption. The 3 C's of the 80s. So, Marvin, we will start with you.
So hi, I'm Marvin, and now I will be playing the Great Vizandu. Previously been on the past 2 villain one-shots. And right now, he's trying to find at least some bit of direction. His homeworld, the great empire of Kalandu, has abandoned him. He hasn't heard any word from them in years.
You got ghosted.
Ghosted. Exactly. And plus, his whole movie career didn't really go so well. Good start, but then down. Down where it went.
Okay, Dominage.
So right now he's trying to find find some sort of direction. Even applied for the SOS, but now they're defunct.
I know, just as they were outlawed.
Just as they were outlawed. Got the application out and everything, and then bam, nothing.
It fell apart. So you just kind of washed up, trying to make a living in Palm City, perhaps. Makes sense. After that is Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. For this game, I am playing Lieutenant Scarlet. She used to be known as Red Dragon for Battle Team something or other. I don't remember.
Battlemech Go-Go, Battlemech Super Force.
Battlemech Go-Go Super Force Go-Go. I don't know. At any rate, yeah, I was in a previous one-shot, and I fought some people using my dragon. I stole a dragon, I brought it back to France. We have incorporated our own AI into it, and now I am in America because of Commando Corps. They are a force of evil, and we are trying best to stop them. Vive la France.
Commando Corps. I will explain what that organization is, but it's going to play a bit of a role in New Waves. After that, we have Eric.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I will be playing Xanatos the Splendid, who will be using stage magic and illusions to wow our enemies and friends alike. In actuality, Sebastian Edward Xanatos is the heir to a rich family, and he is acting out. He actually uses tricks and gadgets to do his tricks.
Illusions.
Illusions. So, yeah, should be fun.
All right, sort of the black sheep of a family going into a career of magic. Now, what do you think you're doing in Palm City? It's just a place to run away from, or run to?
This will be a place for me to find my audience.
I see. And then after that, we have Dallas.
Hi, my name's Dallas. I'm going to be playing William Lodi, which is Empyrean Prime. He is a sort of a hopeful band member who got bullied at school, was forced to funnel pop rocks and soda at a party, and had a cosmic experience after that. So,
that's the secret to cosmic enlightenment. Pop rocks.
That's what happens when you really drink pop rocks and soda. You don't just blow up. So, because of the incident at school, he had to go visit grandma in Florida. He got sent away for a while the bullies are recovering in the hospital.
That does make sense. So, the global situation for these would-be heroes is a little grim. After some of the antics in the last arc, the 70s ended pretty badly for heroes. It was all Nixon's fault, but that's kind of not the message that went out to the world.
Freaking Nixon.
Yeah, Nixon tried to contact a demon, ended up framing a bunch of heroes for it. And even though they saved the world, it still wasn't enough to save the Society of Sentinels. Yeah, and that organization, the idea of just people coming together for the public good, helping each other out, well, there's just no room for that in the 80s. Instead, it's private industry, baby, the free market deciding superheroics. And how the free market does it is through a organization called Commando Corps, which are a bunch of patriotic mercenaries, heroes, contracted out to the government, and they are the only ones who are allowed to wear a mask and fight supercrime. Openly, that's true. There are still supervillains running around aplenty, though, and Commando Corps is not that great at fighting them, as you will soon see. So, in fact, I'll ask you guys, have you done any crime fighting, do you think? Which would have to be under the radar.
Absolutely. Where else am I going to find an audience except out on the streets, wowing them with my magic and superpowers?
You think sort of like a David Blaine street magic?
Oh,
where
yeah.
He's like fighting crime with it
Street
instead?
magic. Like, ooh, where's your villain now? He's over there.
I can see that. Well, for whatever reason, even if you're not actively fighting crime, all of you receive an invitation from someone named Mr. Dennings. You don't know too much about him, but he knows a lot about you.
Well, you heard of my incident in the newspaper.
He did. He's someone, even like, if you think you have some secretive French government-based operations, he knows where to find you, and he's doesn't quite mention that in the old-fashioned letter that is dropped off to you. But he explains that if you want to take down Commando Corps, this one to you. If you want to be a magician hero, if you want a chance to use your powers for something important, if you want a shot at redemption, come to the Action Zone Arcade on the beach pier at a certain time in the, I'm going to say, the later evening, post-midnight, after the arcade itself has closed. So, you all show up. It's not too hard to break in.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm probably there like about 3 o'clock in the afternoon just casing the place.
Sure, you just kind of hang out?
Oh yeah, I'm just hanging out, seeing what's going on, figuring out like where people are coming, where they're going, if there's any secret rooms.
Okay. It seems like a pretty usual arcade. There's just several rows of different machines, lots of beeps and boops going on. A lot of teenagers and so on, and people, tourists coming off the beach, spend some quarters, play some games, then they head out. Nothing too suspicious looking. Lots of, magenta, neon, pastel-colored arcade cabinets set in a row in this kind of slightly dim area that's right off the pier. You can kind of see the beach. You can reach the beach from the arcade. So the rest of you guys show up after post-midnight, after it's closed down.
Sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and when you arrive, you find this figure in red, Lieutenant Scarlet, waiting for you, but no one else.
Oh man!
All the machines are off, dude.
Pocket full of quarters and the place is closed. Hey.
Bonjour.
So, I assume the rest of you got the letter.
Yes, I got a letter telling me to come here. I, of course, checked out the place very long in advance, because that is what you do. I take it you were all better at hiding than me because I did not see you all day, so...
Yes,
Very
I've
good
been
job.
here the entire time. Uh-huh.
My grandma just dropped me off.
I was probably here actually playing arcades for the longest time.
You think Xanatos is one who likes the joysticks and the
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was definitely playing games, too. Like, I was playing, like, Dragon's Lair.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
You know, losing tons of money to it because that game's impossible.
Yeah, but hey, those great Don Bluth cartoons, gotta watch them.
I enjoy Don Bluth's work. I mean, cartoons.
Yeah.
Novelty thing. We don't have them in Kalandu.
So, okay, so at some point this Monsieur Denning, he saw you going to show up, I'd imagine, or he just wanted us all here to blow us up, and we've gathered into a very nice circle for him like a bunch of jerks. I don't know, one way or the other.
No, we're not being double-crossed again, are we?
Again, this happens much for you.
Has that happened for you?
Yes. Oh, who am I kidding? It's happened every time I work for some mysterious organization.
And as you're saying that, Vizandu, the arcade cabinet behind you, which might have been Pac-Man or something, flashes to life. There is a pixelated face, just with 2 eyes and a big glowing mouth in the middle of it.
Oh, come, Max Hedron.
Oh.
It's not quite as good as Max Headron. It's a little more lo-fi, a little more pixelated.
Yes.
And it says like, humans, You have played my games for too long.
Excuse me, I am not human.
You are someone who dwells outside of the cyber realm, of which I, the Arcadian, am king.
Are you not Mr. Dennings then?
I do not know who that is. I am a collection of different game AIs that have come together to form the Arcadian, and soon it'll be game over for humanity
But
and whatever your race is.
I pop a quarter into his machine and see what happens.
Don't patronize me. Are you trying to
He
like
wants- he
make
wants-
nice with the Arcadian, or
I want to play him.
is it single or two player? Single or
Look
two?
into it. Let's see how it works.
I do have gadgets and hacking, so
It's two player. I had to put another one.
Okay.
In. I'm like, okay, you're on.
let's do this.
no? It is no players.
I just lean back against the wall and light up a cigarette. They seem to have this under control.
Where's the
Foolish
position
human
coming from?
stuff.
Let's pop it open, see how it works.
No, don't you dare! And with that, arms and legs pop out of the side of the arcade cabinet, and it rears up, coming to life, forming a giant attacking robot.
Oh, these are very realistic graphics.
I want my money back.
And it says,
Try to hit the corner.
you will not get your coins back. You will also soon lose everything.
I've already lost everything. How much more can you do to me?
I will take away all of your lives. And with that,
Wait, do you have more than one?
I don't know.
well, you might get one pretty soon, Vazandi, because this giant arcade cabinet, with its big jointed arms, it picks you up and it throws you into a bunch of other ones. So you're taking a powerful blow, unless one of your friends do something to stop it.
Yeah, I will try to defend you on that one if I can.
Ooh, okay. Roll defend.
That's
Savior.
Yes, plus savior. I got all the lists here. I remembered them this time.
a 9.
Nice. It
Okay.
succeeds.
So it succeeds. You are safe, Vazandi, but it does cost you Empyrean Prime. You are going to either expose yourself to danger, meaning you're taking the blow. You can tell me like how that works exactly as you rise up against the Arcadian, or escalate the situation.
Escalate.
Yeah. If I can do that, I would like to do that.
Pac-Man was better.
That yellow ingrate was a fool! Now I am the ghosts, and I am not flashing blue as you try to eat cherries.
I must assume you're Clyde then.
I always considered me more of a Binky.
I'll do a thing.
Okay, well let's have Dallas. I want to see, is he gonna have a consequence? So are you taking the powerful blow, or are you making this situation worse?
So how do I escalate? Just like
Say what you're doing to escalate the situation.
Yeah, no,
just literally say it. But how do I
Like, I
save
can-
him in that process
it's
or defend?
Sort of up to you. For defend, like, well, actually,
So what are you doing to defend?
I can
gotcha,
tell you.
gotcha,
In fact, actually, I can tell you how it escalates if you want. If you,
So if I sort of like can like stop him and say like the effective Donkey Kong throws better than you, bro.
ooh, okay, he's getting real angry at that, and he says, all right, are you a bad enough dude to live? And a few terrible things happen. Some of the other arcade cabinets, they start shooting lasers out of their screens and blasting lasers at you through the arcades. Also, there's a sprinkler system in this arcade, and you can see it starting to well up with sizzling acid.
Boy.
Okay, Lieutenant Scarlet, I think you said you want to do something?
Yes, I would like to power up my super suit. So these things that just look like bangles on her wrist, she smacks them together, fire bursts out of them, and then she's wearing basically a military outfit, but it's bright red, and there's like a motorcycle helmet sort of thing on it. It's like if somebody was to reinterpret a Japanese supersuit through the eyes of incredibly French, but also like
But also military?
French military.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like the movie I want to reference is Wraith with Charlie Sheen, but I don't know if anybody's seen that.
No.
But he goes over, he dies, Spoilers. And then he goes around as an avenging ghost wearing a kick-ass motorcycle outfit.
Oh, I love
so
it.
So it's like very motorcycle,
That's
but
really
it's also
cool.
quite military. So much less like go
And
team.
and we should say we got to give credit to where credit's due.
Oh yeah,
You are using a new kind of homebrewed
I'm using
playbook.
2 different homebrewed playbooks.
Yes.
In fact. So I'm using the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is attached to the Ranger, and both of those are created by Samantha Ketchum.
Yes, a former player, and we really like the Ranger from our last kind of one shot. So big shout out, big thank you to Samantha for making that. It was wonderful custom playbook. So you
So
roll to.
I'm going to go
let's see how
ahead
that
and roll
happens.
to activate my super suit.
Okay, let's see what happens.
While you do that, I just go like metal and watch this, and like actually, there's like you can see like hearts
So
forming in
that
my eyes
is-
because I'm just like, oh my god.
That is a 7, which is successful for morphing.
Okay.
But nothing like super positive beyond that happens. It just happens. So it's not bad. It's not
okay,
good.
but
It's
you are
just-
now transformed.
I am now transformed, and I'm going to apply one of my new Phoenix moves to this,
All right.
which is Tu sais la même chose, which is basically if something from my past can be reflected
Sure.
in the current situation, I take a +1 going forward or create an opportunity. So I'm going to see how that goes.
You think?
I think the sprinklers being filled with acid, I've maybe disabled acid sprinklers before in the past.
That makes sense. Is your kind of your secret agent
Yeah.
work? Yeah. All right. Let's see what happens with that.
Oh no, I failed.
Oh no.
Well, mark potential.
Good. Hold on a second. I need to.
How do you think you mess up?
Let's see. There's a specific thing that happens if I mess up. On a
Oh.
miss, your actions help, but reveal a hint about your former mask to somebody in the scene. So anybody that was so my actions still help.
Okay.
But it definitely reveals the way she handles it. I forget which of the two of you said that you were a fan of the zombie.
Zandu
You
was what,
immediately
Japanese?
recognize the way that she's disabling the sprinklers as being something that that the battle team Super Force was known to have done.
It's so familiar. You just did a move from my favorite super team.
Oh man, Vizandu's a fan of the.
Are you a fan too?
But just to say, the way that she disables the sprinklers is that the dragon swoops down out of the sky and pulls the roof off.
Oh wow. Okay, there's no room.
Well,
Oh my Vizandu, that's the dragon! Yes!
I don't know
Yes,
if we
it does
want to
say.
roll like a danger or something to see if or a freak.
No, I'll let it happen.
Okay.
Because you roll that's to get rid of it. So yeah, the roof of this arcade is gone. You can see the beautiful starlit night sky. Now, Xanatos, that big robot, it's coming for you.
Lovely.
The Arcadian's like, no extra lives. Do not insert coins to continue. As it tries to bring its heavy metal fist down on your head.
Oh, by the way, she also said Allons-y Beauvoir.
Oh
Summon
yes,
the dragon.
Bovar the dragon.
Yeah.
So for this, I will actually be using a delinquent move. Are you watching closely? So as he swings his arm down, it just goes straight through, and the cape is down on the ground. But I'm over here. This is a wonderful show. Allow me to show you what Xanatos the Splendid can do. And secretly there are wires already set up around the arcade, and I start floating down.
Ooh, all right.
So let's see how well this move works. So when you mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll plus superior. That is going to be a 11.
Wow.
On a hit, they are fooled. On a 10 plus, choose 3. I'm going to choose to get an opportunity, expose a weakness, and confuse them.
Okay.
So not only do I have strings having me float, I've set up mirrors all around, and there's a bunch of me floating around this
Oh,
arcade.
yeah, he has no idea which one to hit, and he is just smashing various mirrors. And you expose to his weakness. And the weakness is this: at the back of the arcade,
Yes, unplugged.
yeah, there's a big plug that all the games are plugged into. So he can pretty easily be unplugged if you can get there, which is going to be tricky. You are closest to it, Empyrean Prime. However, one of those consoles turns to face you, and it says combo breaker, and then it tries to hit you with a laser. So you are taking a powerful blow.
All right. So
Is there any way I could?
You want to try to defend? Okay.
Yeah, return the favor.
Return the favor. All right. So let's have you roll defend, and then we'll see if he needs to. How'd you do with that one?
Oh, that's pretty good. This
8.
Crusader sucks.
Okay. So you are going to defend him. You don't need to roll.
okay.
But you are going to get zapped by the laser or escalate the situation. I think probably getting zapped with the laser makes the most sense yourself. You're taking the blast? Is that your...
Yeah, because...
Unless there's some other way you're planning of saving him.
No, Vizandu's still kind of fanboying. So he inadvertently just moves toward the dragon. It's like, I got to take a picture of this. And wanders right in front of the arcade machine that was trying to punch you.
The dragon's flying
This is a
away.
laser beam. Well, you're still getting a good view of the
You
dragon.
are
as it
getting a
seems
good
away.
view through the no ceiling as it flies the roof off and drops it in the
You do
ocean.
right in front of me and then bang. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So you're taking the powerful blow from the laser blast.
All right. 4.
Hey,
Nice.
Yeah. Mark potential. And how do you avoid it as this laser courses towards you?
Yeah,
There are mirrors around if it's a laser.
a good
Vizandu
point.
remembers
Yeah.
himself. Wait, no, I'm Vizandu. Snap out of it! And then he sees the laser coming towards him and it's like, phew, dodges it, Matrix style.
Whoa. Nice.
Before the Matrix was even a thing. Yeah, that's right. Vizandu invented
He
the Matrix.
inspired the Matrix. The Wachowski siblings were like just watching him from around the corner and saw him do it.
whoa!
Yeah, and said bodacious. So, Empyrean Prime, you now have a clear shot to the plugs to unplug this whole arcade. But the Arcadian, the big robot, kind of slides in front of you and is like, extra difficulty mode engaged.
Oh, okay. Extra difficulty mode. So can I charge up my powers? to do my
Oh yes,
burn?
you're using the
Burn.
Yeah,
Nova.
I'm sorry. I'm using the Nova class. I apologize.
Okay, so charge up the burn. See how what happens there.
10.
Nice.
Pretty good.
So I get 3, right?
Yep.
And those are some pretty powerful moves that you get.
All right.
Yeah,
so
which
to
one would you
do
like to
that,
throw down on the Arcadian?
Reality storm. It's awesome.
I'd like to.
What are your powers?
Someone in the close.
Your powers and abilities are like cosmic.
I'm
magic?
cosmic. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have reality storm, shielding, overcharge, and moving. Sort of like teleportation.
We are a really cosmic group, by the way.
Yeah, I should have asked you guys more in the.
Yes.
Well, it's cool.
Xanatos is totally cosmic in power.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
Not fooling anybody.
Trust me, yeah.
Half of your group is
My character's digging you guys like.
I'm saying that we're
automatically.
the Cosmic Crusaders.
It's a good team name.
Yeah.
Xanatos is totally cool with that.
Cosmic
All
Crusaders.
right,
It's
so
just assumed
I'm
you
gonna
have
I'm gonna do my
cosmic powers, everybody else.
reality storm on him, directly engage a threat. So basically, I'm going to use a cosmic blast and try to force him out of the way, or make him like crumble to nothing.
Okay, go for it.
6. So that doesn't do that. I don't think.
Ooh,
right?
yeah, 6 does not
Wait.
quite.
Do you add your freak to it?
Yeah, you should add your freak.
Oh no, that's 8.
Oh, nice. All right, you're picking one, as well as doing some damage to this to the Arcadian.
All right.
In this form, at least.
I recommend avoiding their blows unless you have a good reason not to.
All right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so you just blast him. He rocks back, falls to the side, and
you.
now the way to the plugs is open. So who will go and try and make it?
I will.
All right.
So I am going to charge the plugs, and before I get to it, I like get sort of forming like this little ball of solar energy and just push it off and blow them up.
Okay, give me a Leash of Powers for this one.
Okay. I should have described it differently so I could do directly engage.
Ah.
It's okay.
Oh, well, it's not, it's a plug. What are you going to, like,
okay.
take? The plug out of the wall?
Take the electricity from it.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
Ooh. Okay. So you do it, it blasts apart that plug. The bad news is that this blast of energy does happen to hit one of his mirrors. And it flies out, and I'm going to say it hits Xanatos. It's actually going to try and hit you.
Lovely.
So you're taking the powerful blow.
Well, let's see how well I do.
And we'll see how well you do. And then we'll see what happens with the plug, which did succeed at being
Yeah,
destroyed.
Snake Eyes.
Nice.
It hits another mirror.
And just bounces around until it goes away. The plug goes off. You can see the Arcadian's face starting to flicker. And then it's like saying, is this game over for me? And then he collapses.
Welcome to the kill screen.
I still try to press coin return.
Yeah, a quarter comes out. Do. So, as the Arcadian collapses, the other arcade games all go back to normal. And then you hear a cane and some feet in the entrance to the arcade. An old fellow who is dressed sort of like I am in like a golf jacket and a collared shirt. This fashionable attire that I wear to work. Strolls in. He's very, very old. He used to have a cane to walk around with. And he kind of puts his hands on his cane and looks up at all of you and is like, well, effective, but I can't say it's quiet. Mr. Dennings, why don't you guys come with me?
Why would we ever go for quiet? Quiet doesn't get you fans.
Yeah, man, metal ain't quiet.
I'm making a comeback here. I need everyone to know where I am.
Oh,
This is a good group
boy.
for this.
I power down my suit, light a new cigarette, and then follow.
He's like, I sure know how to pick 'em, don't I? He starts leading you down the beach. Come on, we better get out of here before the boys in blue or the boys in red, white, and blue striped camo show up to check things out.
Oh, they will come here? Then I'm ready.
Well, they'll come here later. Besides, we gotta talk. He leads you guys down the beach, and he says, my name is Mr. Dennings, but a long, long time ago I had another name. Several names, in fact. I was once called the Mastermind. Then I changed things around and they called me the Mentalist. I was a hero. I fought in a war. We won that war, but I lost what was most important to me.
What was that?
Love of my life.
I've also lost the love of my life. I understand this.
Did you know? That's
Yes, I'm French. I'm 19. I could have lost 3 loves of my life.
Oh,
But I
Oh, wow. That makes a good drama.
doesn't it? The cherry blossoms are falling.
Thinking about poor Naruto. Oh, man. He says, you have experienced hardships, more or less. This whole world has.
No, nothing at all, actually.
What?
Yeah, my life's pretty good.
So why do you want to dress up like in your pajamas there and go around casting spells, Mr. Merlin?
It's fun.
Alright, whatever you say, Mr. Wizard. Alright, so I was a hero, but I saw what happened. My own team almost betrayed, even though we saved the life of the president.
Which one?
Roosevelt.
Oh, Teddy.
How old do you think I am? Anyhow, I decided the world did need heroes, and I decided to fade away. Now I know better. We need to bring heroes back.
yeah,
That's-
man.
That's why I recruited you. And don't make me regret my decision.
So was the killer arcade you're doing then? And now I'm British.
It's definitely an act. I bet. Zanatos was like, intelligent people sound British, so I must. He practices it. You can. I like that if you want to keep going with the British accent.
We'll see.
Just remember, Mr. Dennings knows an actual British person / merman
A
who
British
is now the
fish.
king of Atlantis. Yeah. So he says, that clown they got in the White House. I remember when he was starring in movies with chimpanzees, and not the fun talking kind that are crime bosses either.
I once co-starred for him.
Really?
It wasn't exactly fun. In fact, that was my last movie.
How old are you? To be in the things with Mr. Shithead at the White House.
I'm about... What decade is it now? The 80s?
Yeah.
80s.
I would say I'm about 20-something.
20-something, huh?
20-something thousand.
Kind of old, dude.
I mean, we don't exactly count birthdays in a calendar.
I guess. Look.
Oh, even worse.
So, you want us to kill this Ronald Dragon?
No. I'm supposed to bring heroes back. If you want to go the Hinckley route, that's not exactly bringing heroes back.
Oh, you did it for Jodie Foster, though. Jodie Foster is a very good actress.
Oh, true. Anyhow, yeah, who knew The Mentalist was a big Jodie Foster fan? Anyhow, taking out that clown in the White House isn't the way to do it. We gotta take out his monkeys in uniform, Commando Corps, and that means bringing down who they work for, which means finding out more about them as well as taking them down,
Don't they work?
exposing them. Yeah.
Don't they work for the government?
Well, they do and they don't. See, Commando Corps is a private company. In fact, they're like a subsidiary of another company. They're not even their own company. But what that organization is that really controls Commando Corps, I don't know. I've tried to follow it, but they got so many shell companies, offshore accounts, and on and on and on. I can't do it. Yeah. So
think
if
they
we
need
figure
gas
out...
stations.
No! Why did I make such dumb...
Okay,
State of America.
so you want us to infiltrate this Commando Corps?
Exactly, and I got just the way to do it.
Circle K.
Okay.
Further along the coast, there's an organization called the Shadow Ninja Dragon Clan.
The Shadow Ninja.
Yeah, I know the name, but they
No,
don't...
it's okay. I'm used to stupid heroes. Shadow Ninja Dragon.
Look, yeah.
Do they have actual
The Shadow Dragon Ninja Clan, actually. Who cares? The Shadow Dragon Ninja
I
Clan.
think I got that game on NES, man.
They don't even hail from Japan. They're from Sentinel City, if you can believe it. I know. The only ninja clan from the Midwest. Anyway, they're run by a guy named the Shadow Shogun, and they would be jokes if they hadn't parlayed their love of Bushido, katanas, and throwing stars into becoming major cocaine traffickers. They got deals with the groups down south, the cartels, bring in that China White from Colombia, run through the Caribbean, and then it goes throughout the entire country. And they got help. I think Commando Corps is in on it.
So they are distributing the cocaine and the heroin.
I don't know if heroin's really their thing. It's all
China
about
White is
cocaine
the
these
heroin.
days. Look, I'm old. I get my drug names mixed up.
So
Also, Michael Panish, your game master, gets drug names mixed up. Anyhow, so I think Commando Corps got something with the snow. Something to do with the snow. I bet it helps them fund all the wacky paramilitary adventures they get up to down south of the border. So what you guys got to do, I know when the party's taking place. It's tomorrow, early afternoon. You got to find some way to get there. Get in there, infiltrate the party. Don't trash the place yet. You find out more about Commando Corps. Find out who they're working for and where, because that's going to be your next assignment.
So we are infiltrating this party.
Exactly.
I take it mostly membership of the Shadow Ninja Dragon Corps.
Yeah,
Ninjas are
but-
masculine.
That's true. However, the Shadow Shogun, he's plugged into Palm City's nightlife. Pretty much anybody's welcome, and his little soirees always have all kinds of crazy guests. So,
Okay.
as long as you can create some good cover identities, which I think you can, you should be able to get in. You don't need to dress up as ninjas, though you could.
I have no intention of dressing as a ninja.
Alright. So anyway, sneak around, find out who is running Commando Corps. Their leader is a guy named Colonel Vanguard. Good looking fella, dressed in a fancy military uniform that's all stars and striped out. Ain't hard to spot. Find him, listen in. Then after you got what you need, trash the place.
Oh yeah, like a hotel room, man.
I don't know.
Trash the
So you
place.
think that
So
this Colonel Vanguard is...
What I mean is destroy everything. I want the coke connections gotta be crushed.
So you think it's Colonel Vanguard is hanging out with the Shadow Shogun?
I believe so.
Okay.
But remember, don't start blowing stuff up like you did now with the Arcadian. And thanks for taking him out, by the way. I had
But
a
there was
feeling he was
point
going to
you want
strike.
us to blow things up. Yes?
Yeah, after you find out what you need, blowing stuff up could be good. Enough. Look, Remember, we're bringing back the Age of Heroes. No innocents caught in the crossfire.
Sure.
No, I mean it.
Innocence.
Yeah, I mean it too. Otherwise, I'm gonna look for a new super team to help me
Okay,
bring
so
the
we
Age
are
of
not
Heroes
doing
back.
the guerre totale. Okay, I understand.
Yes, no innocent party guests hurt in the crossfire. Some ninjas
you're joking.
get trashed, or some of the commandos get
Hard to
trashed.
read.
It's okay.
Hard to read.
So we go in, and we find out what we find out.
Right.
We trash the place,
Never really
and we
smiles.
kill the innocents.
Like a human.
No. No. Yes to the first two. No to the last part. Look, I'm an old man. I can figure this out. I'm sure you can too.
You're right. You are a very, very old man.
To think I won the war for you kids. Anyhow.
Is that the clock about me being
Oh, come on.
We
What?
could have won without you.
Sure.
We are Americans. We came in and saved you. Blah, blah, blah. It's really easy to win a war when you come in at the last minute.
I actually have a great respect for the French resistance and fought alongside them many times.
Oh, okay, then I like you.
That was surprisingly easy. All right. Any more
Toujours
questions?
liberté, huh?
Yeah. Any more questions from old man Mr. Dennings?
Do you happen to have contact with any remnants of the SOS?
I got some of them out there.
Could
Most-
you put in a good word?
you want a reference? Want a letter of recommendation?
That and maybe see if they have a certain starship still around.
It's possible. Most of the SOS stuff got confiscated and sold off. Commando Corps probably owns it now.
Those bastards.
I know. As for the membership, they got into hiding. There's really very few organizations out there that are still fighting the good fight and sticking up for themselves and trying to be heroes. There's one group in Sentinel City. We might introduce you guys a little bit later if we need to. But for now, right here, it's just us. So I'm relying on you four to get the job done. Can you handle it?
Well, let's get started.
All right.
Okay, so first we need to...
Good luck.
We need a place to gather to talk. Huh? Do you have a place for us to gather to talk?
I would have recommended the arcade, but
Well, those things we kill robots also. That's...
after you took out the Arcadian.
In fact, I think there's a fire starting in the corner.
Oh, great. We better get moving.
My grandma's garage is kind of quiet.
Perfect. I'll let you guys go figure the rest of it out. I shouldn't be up this late. And he walks off on the beach. So I guess you guys go meet up in his grandma's garage.
Smash cut to Grandma's place with a
Yeah.
red dragon.
I have a
robot on
perfect
the roof.
smash cut for this. You see Xanatos just like grab something at the edge of the arcade and start pulling it, and it's like revealing a perfect arcade because it's all smoke and mirrors for the damage, and then the panel is the garage den.
Oh, I
With the
love
dragon perched up on the roof.
it. Okay, cool.
Smoke and mirrors.
Any way you could keep her.
But what does
Wait, what time is it?
Bourgeois wants to do, you know? I don't...
How do you have that?
Yeah.
Oh, I should say, Lieutenant Scarlet, before I forget. You get +1 influence to the Arcadian because you took him out in a cool way.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he's still
so
alive.
he's still around somewhere.
Oh, dude, he lives in cyberspace. There's no controlling cyberspace. Watch out, it's the future.
Hackers.
I know. He's like the Terminator too. So, it's the '80s version of computers where they had like no idea what anything was. It's pre-hackers cyberspace.
Should check out Deadly Girlfriend sometime for how they didn't even remotely understand how computers worked.
Well, that's helped me design the Arcadian. So, all right. So in the garage. What were you saying, Scarlet?
Oh, we need to have a plan. We need to sneak into the party. Now, you seem like you know how to party.
Yeah, dude.
I know how to party. What? Huh? Bullshit. There we go.
Oh yeah.
You are a little bit strange, but they might be into it.
Please, I know how to party like a movie star.
There we go. And you, I mean, you are a magician. Maybe they
They got
won't
movies on
listen
your
to me.
I will be able to work the crowd. There's no need to worry about me.
So I feel like, so we go in, we find out what we need to find out. Maybe I have to give someone a hand job, I don't know. We find out what we need. I'm not going to give it to you.
No.
I don't have any information to get from you.
It's cool. I thought you were just throwing it up.
You think I'm just going around that,
He's a metalhead in love.
Oh, after that explosion with the
Yeah.
wrist guards into fire and the help, I was like,
Maybe later. At any rate, he's not love, he's just hand jobs. It's like French people saying hello.
Oh man. We do apologize to all our French listeners, viewers.
France.
keep going.
So are you guys just gonna show up as yourselves, or I think Sonato says he's gonna try and imply as be a magician there.
If we show up, I would actually like to assess the situation with my criminal mind once we get there.
Okay. I will say if you guys have some kind of a plan, we can kind of cut ahead to it if you're ready.
I mean, I'm just dressing like a Miami Beach party girl with like the big hoop earrings and the barely there clothes.
Yeah, that makes sense. They'll probably let you in with that. What
Yeah.
about you guys, Vizandu?
I'm showing up as myself, the Great Vizandu. I've worked with criminal organizations before. They should know me.
Ah, good point. And what about Empyrean Prime?
I'm the new recruit.
Oh, so you're gonna try and join the Shadow Ninjas, the Shadow Dragons,
Yeah, we'll see.
Shadow
what's possible.
Dragon Ninja Clan.
Trying to think. I can't think of another way I could possibly get in there. It's like I'm here with the band, man.
Okay, well they might have a little band out there, but it's probably not a metal band.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
new wave stuff.
You said it's like an organization, right? Like a.
Yeah, they're a ninja clan.
So yeah.
Dress up as a ninja.
Yeah, I'll just try to be like a.
Yeah, just like make your T-shirt into like a ninja mask. All right, we'll see what happens. So you guys all show up at the mansion. We'll kind of cut ahead. Unless there's any other thing you want to do real quick. I think we're ready. Okay. So we cut ahead to the mansion the next day, kind of later afternoon. Getting to be that golden hour in the beautiful tropics. And it is like a massive, sprawling drug lord kind of mansion. Lots of gilding, lots of cool white stucco and big fancy fountains. The world is yours, all that in the lobby. And as you are coming in, there's a big line of guests kind of heading their way inside to the mansion. You can see the Shadow Dragons. Ninjas are hanging out on the walls, watching over everybody. A few of them just kind of strolling around the grounds. These all Caucasian ninjas, but they got ninjas from the Midwest. They have like katanas and various other ninja equipment on them as they're strolling around. The Shadow Shogun himself, who is wearing one of those round conical helmets, your Raiden, I think, from Mortal Kombat, and with his hands folded, watching everybody head inside. When he sees Vizandu, he kind of remembers you because you had a bit of a run in L.A. But he sort of he remembers you held your own. So he's just like, Vizandu,
Ah, the Shadow Shogun.
that's me.
Made a name for yourself, eh?
That's right. These shadows got a little white on them, if you know what I mean.
Huh. Yeah, I could see a lot of them. That katana's store-bought.
It's very expensive. Anyway, go on in.
Thank
you're,
you.
You're always welcome. You're always welcome around here, Vizandu.
Nice that talent recognizes talent. Eh, my good man?
Very true. So next up, I'm going to say Xanatos.
So Xanatos, I will be using criminal mind to assess the situation.
Yeah, so you want to do a roll there.
8, that's 10. So on criminal mind, I get to ask one of the following questions as well as a normal assess.
Sure.
The question I'm going to ask is, what's the best way in or way past the guards here?
Ooh, okay. You could try sneaking around the back. It's built right up to the coast. There's a large number of piers with some very fancy speedboats.
Okay.
So you could take a swim and try going around, but you might... I don't know how good you are at swimming.
Okay.
You could try and do that, then you might get caught. Or you could try and, like you said, work the crowd and volunteer your services as entertainment.
Lovely. With that in mind, who here is the most vulnerable to my illusions? Who here can I wow and impress? And hopefully get me into the door.
I mean, the Shadow Shogun's the one who's in charge of who's getting in and out. He's pretty dumb.
So he's the bouncer?
Yes, he's personally. Well,
Wow.
He's greeting everybody, so he'll see you if you come in. He'll be the one to let you in.
Okay, then and then one more question. How could we best end this quickly? By this, what sort of trickery can I use to get past the easiest?
Something involving smoke and dragons would be cool.
Lovely.
He likes dragons. He's got a sick dragon tat.
On his back.
Yeah. He worked very,
How does
very
Vizandu
small.
know that?
You don't want that.
All right. So we'll say let's have Lieutenant Scarlet try and get in. So,
Okay.
the line reaches you, and then
Sure.
we'll see what's not.
So
close.
I come roller skating up
Oh man.
because the roller skate covers up my Foreign Legion tattoo.
Good point.
And I'm wearing a very low cut tank top that has a gold dragon emblazoned on it,
Whoa.
and denim shorts. I'm also wearing a Walkman, but the Walkman isn't playing music. It's actually a surveillance device that's cleverly disguised as a Walkman. So I'm trying to hear what's going on inside the club already before I'm even there to try to. Well, I mean, I guess I'll roll and assess the situation myself to try to figure out what I'm picking up.
Sure. Okay. Once you assess the situation, we'll see what you can do.
So let's see.
And then maybe all. So you want him to? You're just going straight through the front door, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm going straight through the front.
All right. Maybe I'll do a provoke. You can, depending what you say to him.
So that is a 9 on the assessing the situation.
All right. You can ask one.
Yep. So I'm going to say, what here can I use to get to Colonel Vanguard?
Ooh. Okay. I will say he's in sort of he is in the mansion. Some of the other Commando Corps members. He in particular is up on the second floor, and he's waiting for a meeting with Shadow Shogun. So you can probably spot his detailed uniform, which is a kind of a military dress uniform, but all red, white, and blue, and all sparkly. And he has a big silver shining metal hat on with a big star on it,
So I know we're
and
supposed
lots of weaponry on him too.
Fair enough. I know we're supposed to gather information, but I don't know what information we're necessarily gathering.
What you want to know is who's calling the shots for Commando Corps. Who are they really working for?
Okay, gotcha.
So let's get into the club and see what's popping.
Then I also would have liked to have snuck in some sodium pentothal with me.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, I'll
in
say.
case.
I mean, I'm sure as a operative, you got that kind of stuff. Just right in the pockets.
Yeah.
Always ready.
Yeah.
So you skate up to the door.
Yeah.
Shadow Shogun is like, that dragon shirt. It's awesome to the max.
Thanks. I think dragons are really, really bomb.
Oh, are you using the
Yeah, she's
Trouble
using,
Guts voice?
she's using a fake. She's using an American accent.
Whoa,
It's
I gotta say, her American accent is way better than Battleground.
Yeah.
It's American accent
Well,
from our
this one's
last
a professional spy. versus
point,
Battleground
good point.
Potemkin. And she is specifically doing Commander. Was it Commander Pink?
Oh yeah, Commander Pink from
She's doing
the GoGo Battle Mech
Yeah,
Super Force.
she's doing Commander Pink's accent, so she heard that accent a lot.
All right, why don't you give me a provoke to try and get him to let you in.
So
Not too hard though, because he likes
dragons
you.
are really boss, but you know what's even more boss? So that is a 9.
Okay, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
In fact, you're gonna get. No, I'm gonna say you get the critical opportunity, which is he lets you in.
Okay.
He's like, you got it. It's a regular blizzard in here. Come on in.
Always like it when it snows in Miami.
That's right. So you skateboard on in. Now, Zanatos, how are you getting in? Then I'll
Roller
pull you in.
skate. I'm not a skateboarder.
Right, roller skating. Sorry,
I'm
long
just-
day.
I'm gonna start working the line and slowly cutting my way through as a trick, move forward until I get to the Shadow Shogun, where I'm gonna try and trick him using. Are you watching closely again?
Okay.
So I lay out a table with a little dragon and 3 cups, and I'm trying to find the lady.
All right, so let's roll for that one. He's like, I can join this game.
6, 9. So it succeeds, and I get to choose 2, which is going to be get an opportunity, and I want to expose a weakness or flaw. Shadow Shogun, I hear you like dragons. Will you be able to find this one? Oop-ah.
Ooh, okay. He does not find it, but he's impressed. He's like,
I'm going to pull the dragon out of his ear.
whoa. Those some slick ninja moves, my friend. Come on in. Entertain the crowd.
Lovely.
So you head in. Empyrean, how are you getting in? You gonna
All right.
try and disguise yourself as a ninja and just blend
So
in?
I walk up and I bow to the Shadow Shogun, and I say, welcome, Shogun. I'm here for the party.
Can you kill the dragon more?
I don't think you're a member of my clan.
You'll know it.
Don't recognize you. Even
No,
That's fine. Just
You are?
don't have to play it.
totally, dude. My name's Daniel LaRusso. Yeah, I was sent here by the Cobra Kai.
Well, I do have lots of respect to the Cobra Kai. They're probably the most bodacious dojo in the West Coast.
Oh, they are, but it's
Hey.
just to the max, man.
All right, roll.
Provoke.
Yeah, roll provoke. See if you can fool him with this. Also, not too hard. He's a pretty dumb ninja.
3.
Oh, okay. You mark potential.
Potential.
He's like, I don't think you're a ninja at all.
And I say, no mercy.
Swing the leg.
Get this guy a body bag. So,
No, I'm not attacking. I just like
Oh.
to say, like, no mercy. I'm trying to be real, but
ooh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
at
either
this
way.
point, you guys all see this too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's summoning some of his ninja goons, and they're showing up, getting their swords ready.
So,
Shall we go?
Huh?
Or do you
Let's
want-
have Vazandu go, and then we'll see what Cat wants. And maybe you can work together with it.
I was gonna summon my dragon.
And I
That might
was
still be a
just
little
going
loud.
to say,
That would be a little loud, I bet.
Yeah, but it's to make it seem like he has a badass dragon friend.
Oh, that could be cool.
that is, and I was just going to sweet talk Shadow Shogun. To like,
I was just gonna
that-
make him disappear.
All right, which one do you guys think you want to go with? The Cat's idea of this actually summoning an actual dragon?
I think the
robot dragon. At
I like
least.
the dragon.
All right, so Cat, describe how this dragon comes in
Okay,
and what
so
it does.
all of a sudden, like, let's say there's a full moon out. I don't know. Is it even nighttime?
It's early evening, but there can be a moon appearing.
Yeah. So it sweeps down out of the sky, lands next to him like a pet almost. Looks at the Shadow Shogun and roars.
Ooh, okay. Why don't you roll? I'm trying to think what this could be. You know what, Cat? Why don't you roll defend? Because you're defending his image with this dragon.
It's my worst trait.
Oh, great. Okay, actually, we do unleash your powers.
That's better. Oh, that's a 7.
Okay, so he's like, that dragon's your pet?
yeah, I also kind of work with the Dragon Dojo too.
Pretty
Dragon
cool.
roars again.
Well, maybe the Shadow Dragons would like you at least having some party with us. Come on in. Hope you got your dollar bills rolled up.
Yeah. Grandma, give me some money first.
Grandma. All right, so you guys are all in the mansion.
Yeah, unless the door's enormous, then the dragon's gone up on the roof.
Yeah, I could say it's on the roof or off to the side, in the grounds, the garden area.
Call you around the whole area.
Could be. So, as you guys are you sticking together or kind of spreading out through the mansion?
I didn't plan to stick together.
Go straight for the food and hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. You two notice somebody as you go past the, I guess, kind of rumpus room area. There's the central atrium area who you both recognize. You recognize them because you were in a supervillain team recruited in Hollywood, and it went kind of bad. You recognize them because when you were just starting as a super magician, you sort of shared the stage with him, and he did some kind of feats of strength. It is Everything Once Man.
This
Yes.
fucking guy.
Yeah, he's wearing like a Thriller jacket with no shirt, open up to reveal all his chest hair and several gold chains. But you can tell he's had a very hard 80s. He is sitting on this couch, just kind of like staring off. He's been hitting the powder pretty hard and is like just kind of staring into the distance and looking pretty desperate. You guys aren't disguised as anything, so
Nope.
he'll notice you and he
Are
kind
you
of.
guys sweating your capes and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which, he remembers Vazandu. He remembers you.
That's my cape dance. I don't know why.
Cool cape dance.
Thanks.
So he looks up and is just sort of like a little surprised and kind of beckons you over.
Oh, Everything Once Man. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. Let me just do another hit real quick. And he turns down and does a line. Off of Raisin Bran, his little pony. He laid down on its furry back.
You know that powder's horrible.
I know,
Now,
man.
if you get drugs
I'm
from
gonna-
my empire, that would actually get you high without
Wow.
any of the side effects.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds great.
I mean, I'm going to use alien ways on him. I'm openly disregarding Earth's heroin. Or cocaine.
It's cocaine. Okay.
Like, your
Cocaine
drugs
and
suck.
heroin. Your drugs suck. Mine are better.
I mean, I kind of think cocaine's pretty cool, but you got something better?
I do.
I'm desperate. I need
It's
it.
a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
But can you do something for me?
Okay, well, let me...
Do you know the people in this place?
I know I'm okay. I partied with Shadow Shogun a few times before. We've gotten together on a few things. And I know something else. But first, I gotta see if you're good, man, if you're solid. So, so the alien ways, is that a roll, or...?
No, it just means whenever you openly disregard or undermine an important Earth custom in favor
Cocaine
of
is a very important Earth custom.
Yeah, for sure.
ship's superior up and any other label down.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to shift superior to +3 and my mundane to 0.
Okay, he says, look, I got some plans, but, you should know if you're cool. Xanatos, you had a way with the tricks, man, but can I
I always
trust
thought you only did everything once. I swear that was 2 lines you just did.
Everything once is just a name.
Do you want to live up to your name again?
I do, and here's one thing I'm about to do once. Okay, somewhere in this house, they got a safe loaded with cash and coke. He's like a duffel bag next to him. I brought a lot of artillery. I managed to swipe some of it from the SOS, some sort of sound-based gun that some hero named Cloud Singer used to have. I'm gonna rob this place. You in?
Well, first, everything once, man. I assume you are looking for your next high. Have you ever been cut in half?
So far I've done that nuns. Not
Lovely.
once.
Would you like to have your first try?
Well, I'll do everything once.
Cool. I would actually like to set up like the whole box thing and
Okay, why don't you give me unleash your power, see how well this trick goes. You take +1 to everything once, man, by the way.
Okay.
Because he really likes your you're talking about getting him alien drugs.
That is a 6.
Hey, potential.
Yes.
Alright, so why does this trick go wrong?
I actually cut him in half.
You really?
No.
You didn't bisect everything once? Okay, what happens?
I think everyone starts crowding around and like they jostle the box. So it shows another pair of legs already in there.
Oh.
Voila!
People are kind of turning away from you, and some of them are like demanding more tricks, better tricks. So you are unfortunately kind of trapped by this audience. Everything once man sneaks away, kind of taking you aside, getting this duffel bag full of weaponry. Meanwhile, I want to do one real quick thing with Empyrean Prime at the buffet, and then we're going to go to Cat.
Cool.
They're sneaking around. So, as you go to the buffet, you are sharing it with a individual who is dressed in a very unique style. He is sort of like a weird, like lacy, new romantic look with like a big cravat and like a humongous blonde hair dropping all the way down and like face paint on too.
Okay.
And he's like, interested in choice of food, man.
You should try these things. They're pretty spicy. What's your name, dude?
They call me the Glampire. And the food I prefer is that which pulses in your veins. Glampire is not. This Glampire is an all-new character.
Vampire's new.
I'm just looking at the name.
Does he sparkle too?
What?
Does he sparkle too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's got a sparkle.
This dude glistens.
Do you play any metal, dude? Mr. Glampire.
I've been known to rock and roll now and then.
Number 2.
In fact, it was why I was forced out of my organization, the Hegemony of Horrors. They just couldn't deal with it, man. So they cut me loose.
Gemini Horrors. Is that a band, dude? I haven't heard of them. Sounds awesome, though.
Let's just say they're into older stuff. I want a new age for vampires. We ought to be the rock and roll gods of the new era, not slinking around in coffins like Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Anyway, you seem like a young fellow who's got it all together. You want to help me bring my glam vampire empire to the top?
I kind of love the sun.
Well, maybe we can agree to disagree on that one.
What's in it for me?
I do like how you get right to brass tacks. How do you like immortality?
Would like my rock to live on forever, man.
That's the spirit.
So what is it that you need me to do?
Just keep an eye out. The Commando Corps, right now, they're the only thing fighting supervillains. If something was to happen to them and no new heroes rose up to take their place, then my Glampire Vampire Empire could truly begin.
Alright, so he wants me to keep an eye on Commando Corps?
He does, yeah. And then yeah, and he says, so just, if a chance to move against them comes, I'm gonna take it, and I want to know that you're backing me up.
Well, just to let you know, you got some people in the race against that, dude.
Oh? What do you mean?
Apparently you're not the only one looking for them.
Some pretenders to the throne?
Oh, these people aren't pretenders, dude. They're righteous.
I'll keep it in mind. And he stalks off. So, Lieutenant Scarlet,
Yeah.
how are you going to spy on this meeting? Because you can already see Shadow Shogun and some of his ninja goons are heading upstairs.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to sort of glom onto one of them, romantic-like.
Ooh, okay. Just kind of hanging his arm candy?
Yeah, just hang on his
That
arm.
did work for you before when you were a
It did.
geisha. Why don't you give me a provoke
Okay.
to see if you can do this as you hang on one of these ninjas?
I sort of skate up to one and like, so you guys going off to like, the real party?
Something like that. Just some sort of meeting, some business stuff. Shadow Shogun, gotta take care of business.
You want some company?
Roll provoke and we'll see if he does.
That's not great. That was a total failure.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no, my
Oh?
superior's +2. No, it's still a failure.
Oh no. Okay, so mark potential.
I hit on a gay guy.
Yeah, he's like, don't swing that way, and they go further upstairs. So how else? You can maybe ask one of your friends. You can also see them. They're in different spots of the lower room in the mansion, but you can contact them pretty easily if you want to involve one of them in the schemes to get upstairs or listen in.
Let's see. Well, I've got my listening device already.
Okay. Why don't you roll? I'm trying to think. Maybe
I
just
mean,
unleash
that's
your
still
powers.
surveillance or...
Yeah, maybe just be unleash your powers because it's like your equipment.
Okay.
See how well that does.
Well, I did a lot better. That's a 10.
Okay. So yeah, you do it. So how do you listen in? Like, where do you go to set up?
Well, I kind
Are
of-
you able to see?
I figure out I can't see anything, but I can like listen in.
Okay.
So I'm just sort of skate over to the corner where like and sort of do an act like I've done too much drugs.
Okay.
But it's like the corner that's like quite close to wherever like the meeting's actually happening.
Sure, just the adjacent room.
Yeah, exactly. And I just look like maybe I don't want to be so wasted that they're going to want to kick me out, but I want to seem wasted enough that people are not going to be interested for fear of vomit.
Okay. So through the angle you picked, you can sort of see inside.
Yeah.
As you go in, you can see Shadow Shogun just ripping off his ninja outfit. He's just wearing some Speedos under there, and of course a large gold chain. Inside there is a large room jacuzzi, and he just plops inside and is hanging out in the suds.
Okay.
Colonel Vanguard is in there, and there are a few other Commando Corps members too. You can't see them too well, but you can all tell that they're armed. Sir Colonel Vanguard looks over. Shadow Shogun says, like, so you enjoying the party? Colonel Vanguard says, I don't know too much about partying. I'm just a Marine. But I do know that I want to make sure our business continues. Our battles against the communists in Latin America require funds that a Senate subcommittee can't find out. I want to make sure you supply the funds. And Shadow Shogun says, hey man, you just keep the yayo coming, we'll get you the money. And Vanguard, he's like some distaste to hang out with this guy, but he's going to do what he's asking. And Shadow Shogun says, so how about you get me in higher up? Because no offense, talking to the man's all right, but the man behind the man, and I ain't talking about Ronnie. That's who I want to be with. Colonel Vanguard says, you mean Mr. Kestrel? I can make some inquiries, but Kestrel Corps prefers to keep several layers between them and outwardly illicit activities. These days, the federal government keeps its eyes away from private industry. Still, we have to keep up appearances, but I'll talk to Mr. Kestrel in Sentinel City, and I'll see what I can do. I do know that he's planning something very big, and according to him, it could make the world a lot easier for people like us.
Okay. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go to the bathroom.
Okay, they got some pretty big, expansive bathrooms in there.
Powder your nose.
Because I feel like it's been enough time now that I feel like I've got the information that I came here to get,
Okay.
and therefore it's now time to blow things up, which is what I've been looking forward to.
Do we have
Ooh.
a signal that...
Oh,
Nope!
We do also need to get rid of all the innocent people in the crowd.
Uh-huh. Well, actually, a few things are going to start happening. We're going to finish your bathroom scene, so what are you about to do? Because things
Oh.
going to interrupt it.
I'm gonna change into my super suit.
Okay.
Unless there's somebody in there, in which case I wouldn't.
All right, I'm going to say as soon as you change. So let's roll the change. We'll do that one. And then Vizandu, everything once, man. He's tired of being cut in half. He's going to cut in half the mansion with his guns.
Whoa.
How'd you do?
I did poorly. Which means that
Oh,
I
no.
keep forgetting that with the I'm looking at the Phoenix moves.
I think something happens. That will get opportunity.
There's an opportunity, right? Something goes not quite right. So there's an opportunity created for my opponent.
It's like during your transformation, you get attacked.
Yeah.
And this is what...
I'll say, would it be cool if I say that the transformation, I wasn't prepared for how small the bathroom is, and if it blows the door straight off?
I would say so.
Okay.
And when it does, the door falls down, lands in front of another Commando Corps member.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Scarlet, how familiar you are with the membership of Commando Corps? Because...
Hey, I've got a thing I can roll for that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I mean, they're your foes, so you might have
Yeah.
studied them.
There's a Phoenix ability called someone that I used to know. You've been around enough working with other supers that when you encounter another mask for the first time, you can roll plus superior to figure out what you know about them.
Ooh, okay, so roll plus superior.
Okay, I'm trading out my dice.
For this guy. He has one of those,
Okay, it's just me. I have no idea, but
Wait.
hey, I got to mark potential.
Wait a guy, isn't it the women's bathroom?
look, you didn't know. He was probably snorting a little bit too. Also, it's in a mansion. They're not like labeled bathrooms.
Yeah.
I actually have something I want to try to doing. Assuming that I see this door explode, and I'm going to take that as a signal to start doing something.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, well let's have this commando reveal himself, and then we'll do what you
But I
want.
have no idea who he is.
Okay, his name is Warp. His name is Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
He's like the explosives guy for Commando Corps. He has like big bandoliers of grenades and like a big grenade launcher in his hand. He's like all big and bulky in his mask, with sort of like a patriotic looking thunderbolt on it.
Yeah.
And as soon as the door comes down, he's like, contact, it's the Viet Cong for freedom! And he brings up his grenade launcher and is going to fire it right at you.
Okay, that
So,
makes sense.
what are you doing?
I'm going to try to empty the crowd, and I'm going to do that by saying I have walked around the mansion and put smoke bombs into like random rooms and closets.
Sure.
So that it starts billowing out. Looks like fire, maybe. And I'm thinking of provoke to try on the crowd to get them to stampede out. That is going to be a 9. So either they do it or something else happens. They can choose to do something else. Stumble,
Into the
gain
crowd.
critical opportunity.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you get a critical opportunity, which is that they are rushing out and leaving. And the critical opportunity is that they end up kind of brushing aside 2 other commandos
Lovely.
who are down below. One of them is the heavy machine gunner for the commando corps, whose name is War Pig. And he has like a big patriotic pig mask on. He's not a pig person, he's just wearing a fancy pig mask. They won't let in a pig person in commando corps. And he has a huge like machine gun, which he was about to start spraying, but the crowd kind of brushes him aside. So he is given some pause. However, is anybody going to save Kat from being, or save Lieutenant Scarlet from being hit with a grenade?
I don't think any of us
Yeah,
are.
none of us are
Oh, that's true. Okay, you're taking a powerful blow as a grenade blasts into you, and that's something you can do before he fires.
Well, the only thing that I can think of doing is the mecha charge up, but I feel like that's sort of cheesing it. If that was
Okay,
it.
well, you'll take a powerful blow as you are blasted with a grenade launcher. See how well you handle it.
Luckily, I'm in my super suit.
That's true.
Wow, damn, I'm rolling bad tonight.
That's good, right?
Oh wait, that's
yeah,
good.
Yes, this time you want to roll low.
Mark potential.
Yeah,
Mark
can I ask a
potential?
question?
What's up?
And
There's only 4 things on this one,
Once you mark that, you get a thing.
so I marked the middle one too.
So like
Okay.
you go to the center and then.
Okay, I want to check if it's still 5.
all right, so what happens? Like this grenade just flies out. It's a real simple.
Right,
What
so
do
I
you
go
do?
like, I don't say anything clever. I just go nailed and do that, and just blast it out of the air with my heliokinesis power.
Sure, it just like blows up. There's a lot of smoke and chaos up in the upper story, and you can hear next door Vanguard and Shadow Shogun are like, "What's that? Move out!" Meanwhile, Empyrean, as this crowd is going through another commando, Glampire kind of fades into the, despite his brilliant spangly outfit, he sort of fades into the corner waiting for his opportunity. And another Commando Corps member who is actually a former player, or a former player character, appears. It is Shadowblade, the actual ninja who Vizandu encountered in Hollywood. He was
It's
kind of
alright, this guy sucks.
Nick, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway, this guy is an actual sadistic evil ninja, and he later joined Commando Corps as their resident ninja. Because you gotta have a ninja.
Wait, it's
Gotcha.
the 80s.
Yes. So he's coming in and is like drawing his sword and make it look at you. And he's like, "Boy, I'm going to hurt you."
You can try if you want, man. I've seen all these American Ninja movies. I know all your moves, dude. You don't know anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love those. All right, he just tried to take his katana and like gut you.
Okay.
So, is there anything you can do before the blade
Can I
swings down?
do a charge up with my burn powers?
Yeah, I'll say so. Let's do the
Is that
charge.
possible? 'Cause, I mean, if I do that, I can do like a defensive move. Otherwise, I can just try to like jump out of the way or something.
Okay, why don't you do the charge up? You have enough time before because he's across the room to get to you. Past the
Okay,
buffet.
so that's 8.
And you're
That's
free to
two.
it as well.
Oh,
I
really?
think.
This is charge of.
No,
or is this
it's
roll
not.
conditions?
No,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Plus the conditions.
So I get
Gotcha.
2.
Plus
Yeah.
conditions. Gotcha.
I don't
Like
think
the
you
mark
had any
condition.
conditions. Yeah, no conditions yet from you, from any of you actually.
I have to mark one now because
That
I
might.
got
Ooh,
I got an
okay.
8.
All right. So what's going on with the burn?
Okay, so I'm going to do a shielding. Wait,
Just try and shield yourself.
Oh,
with
wait.
his blade.
I think I have to only do that to someone else. It says spend one word to defend
There's
someone
like a
else.
moat.
I don't have that one.
Oh.
All right, so can I do a reality charge on him instead?
Oh, try and blast him
before
back.
he cuts the ears now, right? I
Yeah,
have
why
to
don't
dodge
you
out of
roll
the way.
unleash your powers and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
It might end up you both getting hurt a little bit. We'll see how it goes. How well you roll there. Ooh, pretty good.
Rolled real well.
Yeah.
So that was that's a 12.
Yeah, I mean, like Vizandu said, he's not a great. sorry, Nick. What you did?
It's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun. All right, so Shadowblade charges you, and what happens?
I use my cosmic energies on him and do a reality storm on him. So that's destructive burst.
I can spend the extra burn.
But I have to. Yeah, I'm going to spend the one burn on. Oh yeah, so I'm going to spend both so that I don't blow up the place because I want those Doritos when I'm done.
Nice.
I'm done the buffet table.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
cool
Okay.
ranch. Cool ranch. Cool
All right.
ranch.
American flavor.
Right.
Okay, so he is blasted back into the kitchen, out of reach. Xanatos, you managed to get the crowd out. Warpig is getting back up, getting his heavy machine gun ready.
Cool.
But then behind you, you hear a little miniature pony's whickering of rage. And you see Everything Once Man has taken the sound cannon from his duffel bag. And he's like, that's it. They got coke and cash upstairs. I'm taking it all. And you cut me in half. I'm going to cut you in half.
Everything Once Man. Wait a moment. Could you direct your anger to those guys up there instead of my friend over here?
Give me a provoke to make him do this. You do have +1 to him, I think.
And I have +3 in superior. So this
Yeah,
is
so I'll see if you can get him to do what you want.
Oh, so altogether that is a +4, 13.
Whoa. With that heavy roll, he's super going to do what you want to do. He's like, you're right. You are the wrong enemy. He starts going upstairs and then is shot in the back by Warp.
Does he drop his sonic cannon, by the way?
I'm gonna say he does.
Okay.
He's not dead. I'm not killing off Everything Once Man. I love that guy. But he's like, shot a few times and collapses on the stairs and this gun rolls down the stairs. And now Warpig, Xanatos, he was, thanks to his intervention, Warpig shot at Everything Once Man, but now Warpig's turning the gun on you.
Lovely. I'm going to go and run straight at him.
Whoa.
I'm going
okay.
to directly engage a threat. Yes.
Whoa.
That is going to be an 11.
Dang.
So what's going to happen is I am just going to run straight at him. Bullets fire. They just hit my cape. And I'm going to do a very stylistic punch at him. And he's just going to fly backwards because I've installed strings that pull him back and get him to hit a wall.
Whoa. Okay, so he goes flying back and smashes into that wall. You can take +1 to Warpig, by the way. 'cause
Lovely. I'm going to
very
choose
impressed with that.
to avoid their blows. I'm going to impress him. As
Yeah.
my two choices.
That makes sense. So he's going to have some pause when he fires at you again because he realizes you can't shoot magic. So let's go back to Lieutenant Scarlet upstairs.
So there's
With Rolling Thunder. Yeah.
who I just blew his thing out of the air. So what she does is she does a full saddle split, and does a directly engage with his nuts. 'Cause he's not vulnerable yet. I want him to be vulnerable.
So Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, I just Van Damme him.
That will do it. That will do it.
All right. Let's hit him right in the.
I mean, I
Yeah.
feel safe to say this is danger.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Take his nuts from him.
Oh.
Oh, that's a 9.
Okay, this was directly engaged. You were doing.
Yeah, it's directly engaged.
Okay, so you're picking one.
Yes. I'm gonna actually I mean, I know that this makes him vulnerable.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not something I pick. I'm resisting and avoiding his blows because I'm saying he's not making any blows because I just knocked the freaking wind out of him by punching his nuts.
He's wincing, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Every guy in the vicinity is also wincing.
Yeah.
His voice went up an octave
And then
as
she
well.
Should be AoE.
she very swiftly stands back up from the saddle split because the roller skates are still on the outside of the costume.
You're still skating around.
Yeah.
All right. So he just falls down, moaning in pain.
Yeah.
But you got another problem. Behind you, Colonel Vanguard is coming out.
Okay.
And Colonel Vanguard's like, you should know how commandos operate. We never leave a man behind. Commando, go! That's their battle cry.
Yeah.
He brings up his assault rifle and is going to take a shot at you.
Yeah.
So you're taking the powerful blows. He is unloading on you from
Yeah.
behind. Also, Shadow Shogun, he's wearing the Speedos still. And the chains, but he's still, and the ninja hat. But he still has his swords out now, so he's closing in as well.
Okay, they don't count as part of the same threat.
No, this is the sword. This is the machine gun you're dodging.
Okay.
The assault rifle.
Gotcha. So that's a 7. So that means something. I
Okay.
can never remember.
A 7 if you're
shall-
choosing one. You can't really provoke a teammate because not if anyone's in earshot. You can give ground, giving them an opportunity.
I'll struggle
or-
past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Ooh, so what happens? You just take the shots? Or you have body armor? Or
Yeah, I mean the body armor takes the shots, and now
that makes sense because you are in your transformed ranger form.
Now I'm angry, obviously.
Ooh, yeah, getting shot in the back.
And I suppose I'm feeling insecure because
That's
maybe
true.
I've bit off more than I can chew. I'm not used to fighting outside of a team, and maybe I'm not actually good at being by myself.
Okay.
These guys aren't color coded. How do I fight with them?
They're all wearing capes.
I know, 2
But I
capes
still-
and one like Death or Black Sabbath T-shirt or whatever.
But despite all that, I try to strike a heroic pose.
Ooh. All right. So Colonel Vanguard says, "Heroic pose, eh? Shadow Shogun, chop her down to size." And the Shadow Shogun is closing in with his swords. You guys down below, you can sort of see what's going on here. So Vizandu, in fact, you're the one closest to the stairs because you picked up the sonic cannon, the sound gun, Cloud Singer's gun that everything once man drops.
Oh, I remember this gun. Made my ears bleed. So, I'm gonna fine-tune it. With alien tech.
Uh-oh.
Cool. This always goes well. I know you do.
So I got an 8. On a hit, I created a device that can do something impossible once and then fizzle. So, I'm gonna turn this gun into a sound grenade.
Oh,
tuned
nice.
specifically to people that I hate.
That is
That makes
impossible.
sense.
Which includes the Commando Corps. Because they ruined one of my movies.
Oh, I didn't know that, but it makes sense.
Oh, please, there's a story for every movie I have.
Ooh. So what does this washed-up movie star do with this new sound grenade?
I'm gonna toss it right where, what is his name? Colonel Vanguard?
Yeah.
Yeah, right at Colonel Vanguard's feet.
Ooh. All right. It goes off, and Shadow Shogun, Colonel Vanguard, and Warpig, who just, or not Warpig, Rolling Thunder, who just got a nut shot, now are blasted with waves of painful sound. They collapse, giving you a chance to get out of there.
Cool. Or attacking them.
Or attacking them more.
I vote attacking them because I hate that guy.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to let them go first.
Yeah, let's see what you guys. So you're safe for the moment. Meanwhile, let's see. So Warpig was smashed into the wall.
Yeah, I
he
think I
starts coming out, and a friend is coming through the kitchen with him. Another Commando Corps. There's more. It's got a lot of members. They got a lot of action figures to sell.
Crazy.
Yeah. This one's got like gas tanks and a big flamethrower in his hand. It is Napalm, their flamethrower expert. He's wearing a patriotic flame
It's not even a
retardant
cool
suit
name,
outfit.
man. Come on.
Napalm's like, it's very cool. I was gonna call
Where's your
myself.
sense of showmanship?
I was gonna call myself Agent Orange, but the name was taken. And he just comes in with the flamethrower, setting out a huge gout of flame everywhere. So unless you guys can figure out some way to stop this, at least one of you is taking a powerful blow as a curtain of flame falls on you.
I actually might.
All right, one of you do one thing before you get hit by the fire.
Cool. This might require an unleash my powers. Let's see how well this works, and then I'll narrate it from there.
Okay.
No. What I was planning was to have a trapdoor set up underneath him, but that's not going to happen. Yeah, we are probably going to get flamed.
All right, I'm gonna see you take a powerful blow as fire. Both of you do as fire courses over you. There's that flamethrower noise.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I think you did okay there. Maybe not so much you, Xanatos.
That is fine. I'm going to give ground. Your opposition gets an opportunity. I'm going to say that his flamethrower just burns out all of my wires that I've set up around here.
Oh no! So a lot of those wires got roasted. You are falling back. Empyrean Prime, how did you handle it?
So, when you roll powerful blow, you roll plus your conditions, right?
Yep.
That is true.
And you add that on
Yep.
to the number?
Yes.
So I got a 6.
Okay.
You're still
Cool,
good.
you're
You're
got
still
coolness,
okay.
right?
You get to mark potential too to level up. So good for a lot of routes. In a lot of ways. How do you avoid getting barbecued?
I pick up the silver platter of the fancy food that I don't like, and sort of
man.
grab that and like sort of duck and roll.
Oh, cool. So you use that as a nice shield, and you were able to roll away from the tongue of flame. So now Napalm and Warpig have kind of tromped further into the room. Empyrean, what are you doing?
All right, I'm going to again, see if I can. So there's 2 people now,
Yeah. Warpig is hurt a little pretty bad though, but Napalm is fresh.
and you just got hit from that pretty bad.
I'm fine. I didn't take any serious damage. It's just my weapons.
Yeah, a lot of his tricks. No, his illusions
Illusion.
are now no goes.
Okay. If I marked afraid before, can I still get angry at them for trying to burn me and ruin the rest of the food that was on the table?
Sure.
All right. So can I charge my burn again? Is that possible?
You can charge your burn however many times you
Yeah,
want.
let's see what happens.
Or just
But it can always go wrong.
Right. I don't know what else to do since there's 2 on 1 right now.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just gonna try to be angry and see if I can blast the hell out of them.
Woo!
That's
Well, that's nice.
Whoa.
plus conditions.
Oh
So that's
man.
a 9, right? Because I have 1 condition.
Well, you add the conditions.
Plus conditions.
Yeah.
So
no,
that's
you're-
a
That's a 13.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were opposite.
All right. So your
Sweet.
burn's up all the way. So what
Okay,
do you?
right. All right, so with the 2 of them in front of me, I'm going to do a overcharge. I'm going to reshape my environment. So I'm going to spend 2 burn, and I am going to basically entrap them in the floor, like reshape the
Whoa.
literal molecules of the floor since I have cosmic abilities. And then
All right. Cool. So they're stuck in their floor.
I tried to do that earlier.
All right. So they're trapped. They're trying to bust their way free, and Glampire slides up behind you, and he's like, "Now's my chance. Let me zoom in there and drink their blood. Turn them into vampires, man. Can I?"
You know, if you do as you do, as long as you give me backstage passes to your next concert.
Oh, you know it. It's
Is it
gonna be unreal.
Is it still daytime?
And the undead. It's early evening.
So
And I need
sun
4
still
backstage
outside?
passes.
There's a little bit of sun, but it's enough for me to go around, man.
I need 4.
4? Okay, I'll think about it.
Can I note something quickly before he starts doing that? Is that there's about to be a giant burst of sunlight into the room.
Yeah.
But do you know that burst of sunlight's coming?
No,
Vampire
I mean, he
doesn't.
doesn't know. I'm just saying before any vampires are made,
Oh.
something might happen that will harm this vampire.
All right. Well,
And if Xanatos hears him saying he's gonna go make vampires, he's not gonna like that.
okay.
So
But you
does this mean,
let him do it.
accidentally
So
distracting him in a way then? 'Cause I'm asking him for tickets, and he's trying to get the blood.
yeah, but he accepts and he starts going to suck blood. So
Okay.
Xanatos, what do you do?
Cool.
Stop the suck.
My wires aren't working right now, but I still have my mirrors.
Oh, okay.
So I want to just unveil a mirror that shines like directly on the Glampire.
Whoa. Yeah, you get the fading. I mean, the light's fading, but there's enough to hit him with that.
So is this unleash or directly engage?
You know, I'm gonna say unleash. So it's a mirror trick.
Nope.
Oh, so what goes wrong?
Potential.
Yeah, mark
Yeah.
potential. What goes wrong with the mirror?
It's not positioned right, so it just shines over that way.
He's
damn
like,
it, I didn't plan
cool
properly.
light show, but it's not gonna stop me draining their blood and turning them into making a vampire army that just looks fabulous. Meanwhile, what are you doing?
Okay, so
Lieutenant Scarlet.
yes, there are a couple things.
Okay.
So now all these guys are vulnerable, which is great.
Yeah. Oh man, what are you
So
doing?
first of all, there's plus Salem M shows, which means that things in the past apply to this, which is, hey, there are 3 vulnerable people. This is something that my dragon and I have dealt with before.
Okay.
So first of all, I've got to roll on that, which is, sorry, the writing's small and my eyesight is terrible. Plus freak. So let's see how that goes.
All right.
Ooh, well, good that time. So that's an 8, which means that there's an opportunity for the team. Yay. And the other thing that I'm doing is defeat equals explosions. Because, of course, I am.
I was gonna ask like what explodes, and I thought, oh yeah, Rolling Thunder has all those grenades on
Yeah.
him.
Exactly. So I communicate, Beauvoir, Delta 57. and a beam of heliotropic
Wait, can you get an actual sound effect instead of my horrible pshaw that I just said? Yeah, that one's good. Maybe not. Aaron did an amazing one.
So basically, so all of a sudden there's a giant, like I'm gonna say there's probably some sort of a window somewhere in the mansion.
Oh yeah, huge skylights, of
Right,
course.
so all of a sudden this huge amount of heliotropic energy shoots down through the skylight and hits the three of them, igniting the grenades, causing huge amounts of explosions. But also, heliotropic energy, sunlight, vampire, wah, wah.
Good point. All right.
but the
Poor Glampire. He just wanted to make a beautiful, shiny empire of the night.
So I don't know if I should just roll the defeat equals explosions, or if I need to also roll something about the fact that the sunlight's going to screw up vampire.
I'll give you the sunlight screws with the vampire.
Okay.
But give me defeat equals explosion. We'll see how well that does.
Well, luckily it's plus danger, which is really good for my character, so that's an 8.
Okay, so what's the result there?
So basically, the fight's over. These guys are toast. I mean, they might just be little bits all over the floor at this point. They're done in the I love the wording on this. Everyone knows the fight isn't over until the villain blows up. When you overwhelm a vulnerable opponent, roll plus danger to finish him. With an incendiary move, on a hit, the fight's over. They're done. The explosion's proven. So on a 7 to 9, I get to choose one. I managed to avoid causing significant collateral damage. You look damn good in your finisher pose as explosions fire behind you. Take influence over someone watching, or I resist and avoid their blows.
Yeah, which one are you picking there?
I'm gonna go with resist or avoid their blows.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because it's like a bunch of explosions that could probably easily hit me too. So I
Okay.
just kind of coolly skate backwards out of the way.
Yeah, you just like skate down the stairs. Woo! Maybe grind the rail a little bit. And it just the whole upper story, like it blows up. Rolling Thunder manages to get most of the grenades off his body before they can cook off, but he's blown back. You see Colonel Vanguard getting hurled through a window. Poor Shadow Shogun. He's blown he's just torn across the room, and some of his katanas like slice into him. Yeah, so he's getting all cut up in horrible ways. Yeah.
Looks like I gave them a blowjob after all.
Wow. Biff Bam Pow. Comics aren't for kids anymore, okay? These are adult
Dark
comics.
potential. Yo.
Target tomorrow.
No, that was a great 80s. That's perfect, like an 80s action
Yes.
movie, right?
So they are all blasted out, and as you can peer through the window, you can see Colonel Vanguard is getting up and starting to limp away, helping, or he's not even really helping Rolling Thunder. He doesn't care about his men. Rolling Thunder is kind of weakly crawling after him, being like, "Man down, it's Kisan all over again." Colonel Vanguard is just calling in and being like, "I need an immediate airstrike, glass the whole area. Commando, go!" Shouting out their code word. And you can even see in the sky, he must have had a Commando Corps air wing on standby. Because a bunch of very fancy fighter jets that make excellent playsets are zooming through the sky, about to do a big bombing run this whole area. So, you guys gotta get out of there fast.
Okay,
All right.
I'm ready.
Activating Kirby Craft.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm gonna head up into the sky toward those bombers with my jetpack, and I'm going to blind them.
Oh, alright, so buy yourself some more time.
Yeah, buy everyone time to get out.
Okay, why don't you give me a directly engage? Because I think you're gonna take their sight. That makes the most sense to me.
Alright, since I am using Kirby Craft, I can use Superior. Nice. 11.
Whoa, so how does this look?
Right? I'm going to make a miniature star in my hand, gonna throw it toward them, and then bang, flashbang, right in their faces.
Ooh, alright, so the pilots of these cool Commando Corps fighter jets are temporarily blinded, but it's not stopping them from dropping their payloads, which are going all over the area. Thankfully, it's a pretty deserted area where the mansion was, isolated, so there's no houses that they're blowing up, just falling on kind of mangroves, trees, and the ocean itself. And if you guys do want an easy escape, outside you can see there is the docks with those wonderful speedboats all lined up.
I also probably take away there, I say.
You do have a flying dragon, but
I would
can
like
it
to try
carry
something
everybody?
as well.
Yeah, Xanatos.
I want to pull a David Copperfield here, and I want to make the mansion disappear.
Interesting.
Since they are blinded, I have an opportunity here to do a little bit of misdirection and have them hopefully bomb like out of the ocean somewhere.
Okay, so you're trying to misdirect the fighter pilots.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm going to make the mansion disappear. Yes, I am.
Hooray.
So, assuming it's to unleash my powers, that is an 8. So the temporary or unstable or mark condition, I will totally mark a condition here. Make sure that this happens. So I made a mansion disappear as far as these these fighter pilots.
They do
are
not know what to
concerned.
shoot, so you guys have enough time. You can hop in your dragon.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I can do my mecha form charge up.
Yeah, let's
on
go
my
for that
dragon,
one.
which is, I think, plus freak. Oh no, plus danger. Yes, I get to hold 3 charge. So, one of the things I'm going to do is use just outside city limits. Giant robot fights are held on civic centers, and sometimes that's a good thing. Spend 2 charge for your mecha form transformation to include a spontaneous relocation of the fight either to a skyscraper-filled downtown or a narratively convenient junkyard, quarry, or abandoned warehouse. So I am using that to basically take the fight over the water.
Okay, so it's your dragon taking on these fighter jets over
Over
the
the
water.
water. So, like, they're like, man, what do we shoot now? And all of a sudden, a red dragon streaks past them. And they're like,
That makes sense. Let's go. Let's hit the dragon.
let's hit the
Target
dragon.
acquired.
target acquired. And...
So let's have. So what are the rest of you guys doing while that giant dragon's taking on the fighter jets?
Did Imperium Prime have anything to do here?
Well, the mansion disappeared.
Well, it's the fighter jets. You know
Yeah.
the mansion's still there.
Mansion's still there.
Right.
I mean, your mission-
to them it's illusion.
Your mission
Right.
has been accomplished. The cocaine has been destroyed. Shadow Shogun's out.
I just
so-
didn't want us to get blown up in the mansion. So.
Good point.
Is everything once man still there?
All right.
He's on the stairs.
We were
wounded.
supposed to fight.
I'm gonna get him out of
Yeah.
there.
Ooh, all right.
But he's going to
which
tell me
reminds
something
I've
first.
totally cleared my emotions by now.
Okay, he just says, like,
For money from us. Or
I think
anything
it's-
else to steal.
he's like, wall safe, just up the stairs there, and you can see that it's been part of the wall's been blown up by the explosion, and the wall safe is visible.
Guys,
It is actually open, so the
want
money
to
is
get
there.
a bit richer.
So if I move there, can someone pick me up from there?
Using a burn.
To get
Yeah.
to the money.
Yeah, because I have 1 burn left, and I can spend 1 burn to move past anything to one place in the scene, like slipping
Ooh.
past barriers, breaking through, whatever.
Somebody could pick you. I mean, I guess he's his prairie craft. He could swing
do
down
have
his
my
jetpack
jetpack.
and grab you.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Sweet.
say so. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna spend my last burn then to
All
move
right,
to
you zoom
that.
right next to the wall safe with all that sweet cash. And you just grab it. All right, you quite a lot of money. You swoop down and pick him up.
Okay. Don't worry, man. We're going to get you
Back
home.
Robin.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna fight jets. Fuck that shit.
So, Xanatos, let's see how you get out, and then we'll see how the jet fighting goes. How do you leave?
I'm just gonna walk out. There's nothing else going on here.
Okay, yeah, I mean, makes sense. The speedboats are ready to be taken if you want to zoom away on that. But you do still have a friend battling some jets. So, Lieutenant Scarlet, these jets, they've overcome the temporary blindness. They are lining up, and they're unleashing missiles and swarms against your dragon.
Yeah, I figured that.
So you're taking a powerful blow from all these missiles, unless there's something you can do.
I am looking at that right now. Hold on. Yes, I'm doing the tower defense.
Okay.
Spend 1 overcharge to activate your mecha's external shielding and defense systems, creating a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. The GM may call for you to spend another burn if the barrier is threatened by particular powerful enemies. So I'm going to say this barrier stops the missiles from hitting her, but equally it's used up now. If that makes sense. That work for you?
Yeah, okay. So,
It's part of her mecha things.
alright, so the missiles are stopped.
Yeah.
What do you do now? You get a chance to fight back?
Oh
or-
yeah, I'm gonna fight back. So,
Ooh, there's smoke in the sky now, isn't there?
yes, there is.
I'm I have an idea. I would like to use a little bit of smoke and mirrors here. And, well, let's see if my Unleash works again. I want to show something in the sky.
Well, there's a giant dragon up there.
But,
And I'll attack once he's done with it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
yeah. I'm not very good at unleashing my powers.
Ooh.
I was gonna go show all the rest of the Mecha Force up behind her.
Oh, yeah, that would really help. But you're on your lonesome.
Do we have
Scarlet.
team points?
This is the place for team points. Yeah.
Yes.
How many do we have so far?
I mean, it's not that dangerous situation because really it's just the jets. The rest of you guys are free and
How
escaping.
many jets are there, by the way?
There's maybe like 5.
They're always just like at least one.
They're all pretty heavily armed.
You
Yeah.
start with one. Or
Yeah, you have at
Start
least
with
one.
one, and
There's at
depending on
least
the
one per situation, so you always someone can have.
we always have one.
Nobody's influence over anybody in the team just yet. Yeah, you have at least one. You're not ill prepared, so you got one.
Are these jet fighters, are they vulnerable in any way due to their recent blindness, or are they still...
They're still pretty active.
Okay.
Like the blind is just a temporary
Then
thing.
I am
so-
going to directly engage one of the jets. I'll say whichever one is like in the lead of the attack formation.
Okay.
And if you need me to do an assessment first to figure out which one would be the most demoralizing for them to see go down, I'll do that.
No, it's fine. It's gonna be the first one.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and directly engage them.
Go for it.
Well, that wasn't great. However, because my danger is so good, it's still a 7. And what I'm going to take from them is one of their engines. Actually, an entire wing.
Whoa. So how does the dragon take it? Just
The
biting
dragon
it?
just basically, like, charges it, just chomp straight through it using the helio power. So it makes it look like it bit into it and tore it off, but really it burned it off using its helio powers.
Nice.
And then it kind of just kicks off against the jet itself. Like it still has the wing in its mouth, and it like executes a backflip.
Whoa.
So it makes it look like it just landed on it, pulled the wing off, and then gracefully backflipped away.
Oh man. All right. So the plane flies down. The pilot bails out last minute.
Yeah.
And the rest of the flight crew the rest of the fighter wing is panicking and is not able to get a beat on you.
Okay.
And because of that, you escape.
All right.
So we're gonna cut ahead to Grandma's garage, where Mr. Dennings, he's found out where your grandma lives. They don't call him the mastermind for nothing. Maybe
She's
he's
in the phone
even-
book.
He looked her up in the phone book. He's waiting for you there.
And before we left, we told him like he should check out his grandma's.
Yeah. And he's like, your grandma's very nice. She gave me lemonade.
Oh.
Anyway, what did you kids learn?
I want lemonade.
Shinobi has Lorna Dunes and tea, but cool, yeah. Lemonade. Grandma's awesome.
Yes.
Very true.
I found out that the Vanguard is working for a company called Kestrel.
Kestrel. I know that name.
Okay, then you know that they are based out of Sentinel City. They have something big planned, but the Colonel Vanguard, we don't know what the big thing is that is planned.
Makes sense. Kestrel Corps, they were actually there when I was in the 30s. Collaborating with the Nazis, if you can believe it.
I spit at the mention of Nazis.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know these are grandmothers. Hold on, I get a mop and
Yeah, always good. As I recall, their CEO, I think he was hurled into the air by one of my friends and, dropped from a great height. There wasn't anything. It was, let's just say even the dental records, they had trouble getting them when it was left over. But the company continued. I mean, the guy had kids. I guess the kid had kids. And Kestrel Corps is still around.
Sorry, production works.
Yeah. That's correct. You are very French. You would know.
I feel like sometimes you Americans, you don't know, you know? Like, I don't know.
Is that how you do it at your planet?
Not at all.
Oh no.
The insertion of something into something else is just ugh.
Dude, what's it like?
Yeah. How does Vizandu? Like, does he have a father or a mother, or how did it work?
He has no idea whatsoever.
Oh, whoa. Were they just like in weird like broods
grown
of
out of
hatchlings,
pods.
or yeah?
Yeah, do you just get like a boil and one of them pops off and it's a baby?
No, really. I don't really know.
Cue the
If I,
music.
if I can confess something a little bit. I've never actually been to the Empire.
Oh, that sounds like a vulnerability.
Yeah,
You should try hooking up with an Earth girl sometime, then, man.
I don't know if I can.
I heard they're easy.
If I even have the heart.
Well, you don't. Wait,
movie, you guys know
don't
the movie?
know if you have the
Or
part. I mean, I feel
I
like.
don't watch movies.
I feel like he knows he has the part, and he knows he has the part, and he knows he has the part, and I know I don't have the part. So I mean, I feel like it's a yes or no, like you have it or you don't. I mean, you know,
I've never really checked.
you never take your pants off.
No.
Are they
This
glued on?
isn't a conversation I want to have. Go ahead. Next time you're in the bath, next time you're in the
Grandma
little
looks
boys,
like
we're gonna have a look.
disapproving.
Oh, this is a conversation I want to have. This is not a conversation you want to have.
I'm actually kind of
I
curious.
think we all do.
All I've
that's why I
ever
asked.
had my mind on is the mission.
Yeah, well, good idea. Check back on it later.
I'll tell you what, if I can only keep my mind on the mission sometimes, that'd be great. But
Well, here's your next mission. You're going to Sentinel City. It's kind of good luck that it's Kestrel Corps, because I got some friends there. They're a little weird. Some of them dress sort of like you two, and they might act a little bit like you. Might appreciate all the fancy French stuff. They're, I guess, men, but they say they're women, and maybe they are women, but they dress up. They have these contests. They have teams. They call them houses. The House of Eden is the one that is super powered, and they're one of the few groups that is actually fighting back and trying to protect the common citizenry from the villains of the world when the rest of the heroes have gone to hiding.
So wait, we are teaming up with superpowered drag queens?
Uh,
Am I understanding? this
look,
right?
don't call them drag queens because it's like drag as a costume. They don't see it as a costume. Queen, you call them queens though. Maybe they'll be okay with that. Anyway,
I'm alright with this. This is fine.
yeah, look, I'm an old-fashioned guy, but what can I say? They get the job done, they can dress up however they want. And trust me, Mother Eden and the House of Eden, they can get the job done. Anyhow, go up north to Sentinel City. They'll find some way to help you infiltrate Kestrel Corps and figure out what these yuppies are up to. Because if Kestrel's involved, it's going to be big and it's going to be bad.
So they are not drag queens. Are they transvestites?
Yeah, I guess that's the word for it.
Ça si, maybe. Transsexual?
Maybe that's the... Look, I'm an old-fashioned guy.
You know, I mean, have they gotten the operations? This is a rude thing to ask, though, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
if I were you, I'd stick to the task at hand.
Okay. So I
Anyway.
have to give them hand jobs.
Perhaps. Look, all I know is they fight crime, they look damn good while doing it.
stage performers. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, you'll fit right in. And with that, you are off to Sentinel City to take on Kestrel Corps.
Nice.
Okay, and that is where we will draw this episode to a close. Before we go, let's go around and I want to hear from all you guys your end of session stuff.
Okay.
Sort of, did you grow closer to the team? Which means you can give influence to one other character, either clear a condition for yourself or mark potential. Did you grow into an image of yourself, becoming more of a hero, shifting one label up and down? Tell me why. Or did you grow away from the team, feel a little detached, and take influence away from another character? Which I guess probably not at this point, because nobody's
Yeah.
influence over each other. Though that might happen with the end session move. So let's go the opposite way. Empyrean Prime, Dallas, we'll start with you.
All right.
How is old Lodi feeling after
He's
his
feeling
first superhero experience?
pretty pumped up from what he saw from the group and checking out like fighting ninjas and all that stuff in arcade games. He like lived his like childhood dream.
I know.
So first he's gonna ask, does anyone in the group fear me for what I've done at all?
No?
Okay, then I'm going to say I totally grow closer to the team. Because if they say that, then I definitely get to be influential and be influenced.
All right, so who are you giving influence to you?
Definitely giving influence to Cassette, because
Makes
Cassette,
sense.
her moves were like,
Wow.
yeah, like the ultimate stage performance
Sure,
that I've like
pyrotechnics.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like wowed. So first person for sure.
All right, makes sense. Eric as Xanatos.
Xanatos the Splendid has grown into his own image. He is more hero and less stage magician now, seeing that his illusions are up to par to those that have more traditional powers. I'd also like to go around and ask, hey, do you guys think I'm cool? Just,
Made a mansion disappear.
yes!
I mean, that was pretty cool. Work in special effects.
2 out of 3 think you're cool.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. But yeah, so I'm going to increase my freak and lower my mundane. I'm not normal. I'm cool.
So you're going into your image of yourself. Gotcha.
All right, Kat as Lieutenant Scarlet. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. They did a good job. A lot of capes, which is surprising. I did not know capes were in this year, but
Capes are always in.
Yeah.
Okay.
80s is a very cape-heavy time, I should think.
Yeah, so I feel like this is a team I could be with, partially because they don't seem to care that much. So
Yeah, cool.
that works well for me.
I care about looking cool.
But, so I feel like the influence I'm giving is to William, because he doesn't seem to have normal American hang-ups about things, he looks like cool rock and roll man, that plays the
sense.
guitar. So yeah, I give the influence to William.
For sure. And then finally, Vizandu, how are you feeling?
In a strange way, he's grown closer to the team because they
Interesting.
just pose questions he's never really asked himself.
Got many more after that.
He's
You-
never
you have actually
really
gone by
checked
William.
if he has a bit or
I
not.
have gone with
Wow.
Yeah,
And I
that's-
guess
that's a
has he
pretty
ever heard
good
the talk about the birds and the bees? Or whatever they have on his planet,
He
equivalent?
doesn't even remember his childhood. One day he just was Vizandu and was on Earth and had a mission. He had his
Interesting.
weapons and that was it. Everything that's been since is just the mission.
Taking you to a concert.
And also getting money.
Because that is very French and will bring up things like that almost immediately.
So
Makes sense.
I also
This is
want to
probably the most sexual character I've ever played in 27 years of playing games.
So I guess I'm sharing a vulnerability or a weakness with someone, and they tell me what I should do to fit in more.
Take off your pants.
Always solid advice.
We don't need to know what's under the lapel.
Very well.
Oh man, he just robes right there.
Is that the last panel of the comic?
Yeah,
And you
this is
find
excellent.
that he's a lizard-like person. Ain't
Oh,
nothing
interesting.
except the tail.
Cloaca? Is that what lizards have? I don't know.
Cloaca.
Loud and proud. Hey, everybody.
All right, well, we'll see what happens with that strange development. Look, comics aren't for kids. They sell this one like in the back of the store.
But no, there's literally nothing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can imagine Alan Moore writing that, like this kind of. This is when a bunch of weird British writers came into whatever company is making Generation Hero.
I feel like this was very written by Alan Moore, because
Yes.
Grant Morrison I don't think was old enough to be writing comics.
Yeah,
yet by
it's
this
more of a, I
point.
see more of a 90s.
Yeah.
But Alan Moore's like, I want to redo Vizandu as an asexual lizard.
Yes,
That's what
behold,
really speaks to me
Vizandu.
about the character. This is a terrible Alan Moore. He's weird Northampton accent.
To quote a gesture from Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay. Well, all this and more when Generation Hero returns. I think, like Scooter said, we're off next week, but
Yeah.
the week after that, they'll have a cool new one shot in between. But the week after that, Generation Hero will return with another episode entitled "Live Amongst the Creatures of the Night." So more do waves when we return.
Ooh, more
I'll
tricks
tell
to
ya.
be turned, huh?
I'll tell you, this
more pants to
episode,
take off.
this is my error right here. I was like, Lost Boys was just going over in my head this whole time, so this was amazing to me. Remember the shirtless saxophone player?
Yes.
The vampire you were describing.
Yeah,
that's
oh,
all I
man.
could
How
see
we
in my
were
brain
You
was
know
the
who
shirtless,
vampire was.
oiled up, ponytailed saxophone player.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
You know he loves Careless Whisperers.
oh my god. I was dying. Okay, so I was really enjoying that. So we did have a question right at the end. Felix is at home. Felix 1459. He did redeem some of his table tokens, and he did want to ask. It's probably individually. So I know Kat forgot her phone. So, but you could probably remember. What song is the last played on each of the group members' respective listening devices? So you were listening to the radio, so that...
Wait, are we thinking of like the characters or personal?
What song last... Each group members' respective... I don't know. That's up to you guys. Let's go around and it's up to you. Whether it's your personal device or what would be on your characters. What? Sony Walkman.
Yeah, Walkmans.
Or they put on their...
Was it the
boom
yellow
bas-
one that's
their-
waterproof?
Their boom boxes?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Metallic.
I can
Yeah,
say
we'll start with you. 'Cause I gotta
probably
think.
for both.
There's some warning when I was listening to something.
Yeah, personally, the last thing that I listened to, I don't remember which song I left off on, but I was listening to Liar by Jesus Lizard. The most recent thing that Cosette would have been listening to is probably Ce Plan Pour Moi by Plastic Bertrand, because she listens to that song an obnoxious amount. She loves that song so hard.
Like you said, to rebuy the tape.
Yeah, like she's broken the tape. a
She's
couple
worn out
times
that
more than
section
I
of the
know.
tape.
She's just really excited to have like a punk rock song in French, even though it's actually a parody punk rock song that took off as a real punk rock song. It's a bizarre history.
But whatever works for her.
Whatever gets her the blood pumping.
Anybody else?
Last song I listened to probably today was Tenacious D. Was their album.
Was it the
either
one-note
Kickapoo
song?
or heavy metal? So that's why I was referencing Nothing Can Destroy the Metal, because it was literally in my head.
That does make sense, yeah.
But and then to go with that, literally, Prime's last probably cassette in his Walkman would have been Harvester of Sorrows or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Or Battery.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eric, are you ready, or do we need
I don't know what Xanatos would be listening to.
magical?
Yeah, nothing off the top of my head.
Cadaver by Steve Miller.
That works.
Something by Asia. Something by...
Then what is Vizandi? What Earth music
Something
does
by-
he enjoy?
Is he still in a disco?
Yeah, maybe
for this,
discotheque kind of rubbed off on him.
Probably Coke.
You would be listening to something to psych him up. Something like, you're the best around.
Yeah.
Keep you down. I don't know what the name to the song is.
I always think that's the Karate Kid like montage.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Is Final Cut? No.
You got your Final Countdown. Always got that. That's a
Good
good
power
go-to.
ballad.
You're the best around. But you know the song I'm talking about.
Alright.
Oh yeah, it's from the Karate Kid.
It's from Karate
What
Kid
is
2.
the name of that song?
Karate Kid 2?
Yeah.
It's not in the first one?
Oh, that's what I remember. It was on the second one.
Interesting. And I will say a song that I was
From what I
listening
remember.
to. Maybe this is a preview for next time. Is the Cheryl Lynn "Got to Be Real," which was in Paris is Burning, which is a big inspiration for the one that's coming up.
Nice.
I've probably already judged. Yeah.
That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah, and I just want to note that I was trying to use the terms that they were using in the 80s for trans people rather than the current usage. So I know that it's like a little regressive, but I don't want to use like modern slang in the 80s. Like,
Yes, that makes sense. And yeah, and well,
So,
we will definitely try to do it right. But again, I'm not an expert, so please correct us. We have,
And just enjoy.
yeah.
I mean, really. I mean,
I just
we're
want to
human
say,
beings.
especially because I was all like gay pride before I started the stream up because I'm queer myself. Yeah, just so people know, like she is using old terms, but the new terms didn't exist yet at that point. So
Yeah, because what time did you say this was? 1984?
Well,
80s.
it's called it's 80s. I mean, Welcome to '94 is from the Dead Kennedy song.
80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Remember, I never pick a date so that I can never be accused of being historically inaccurate.
We are not historically
You're not a yeah, like most comic books, we're
just
not.
encompass the 80s. Now, very cool, very fun. kind of my era. So this is really cool. All right, so thank you very much. We will see you in 2 weeks. Generation Hero 2 weeks from tonight. So make sure and pull up a chair and make time to tabletop, everyone.
Do it.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.